Welcome to the part 3 of the book The Science of Mind Management, written by Swamy Mukundananda. The thought by thought we forge our destiny. When we encounter difficulties, we tend to hold the outer world responsible for our woes. But circumstances do not come by the throw of a dice, like in a gambling game or in a Ludo game. The world is governed not by chaos but by eternal principles. And although it may not seem so to us, God has made this world perfectly to enable our purification. Let us consider a beautiful example. There are two friends, Ramadatta and Vishnudatta. So let us see what are the story is. Consider the example of Ramadatta, who is always annoyed to no end with the irascible behavior of Vishnudatta, his obnoxious neighbor. These two are neighbors. To get away from him, Ramadatta finally moves to another neighborhood only to find that his new neighbor is no better than Vishnudatta. The experience repeats itself over and over again. Every time he moves, he encounters an equally obnoxious neighbor. Eventually, Ramadatta decides to see the situation positively and begins using it as an opportunity to develop his own tolerance and patience, and the very two virtues in which he is deficient. He realizes that circumstances in his life have schemed for that very purpose. When he finally masters equipoise, despite the worst behavior of his neighbor, he suddenly finds the situation changing. Love, behold, wonderful citizens begin moving into his neighborhood. In this manner, the material energy, Maya, arranges for the salvation of our soul. Circumstances come in our life for a purpose, and they remain until the purpose is served. When we have learned the lessons intended for us, the environment naturally changes and leads to a new set of situations that carry within them another lesson. This is a simple explanation of our life circumstances. Many people says that, right, a lot of challenges are there, situation is not good for me, like this type of things. Everyone is a mixture of a virtues and frailties. Frailties, just as the situations are a myriad web of intricate constraints and opportunities. It is naive to think that we understand the precise reason for any particular situation in our life. Many circumstances are the result of our karmas or past actions either in the present lifetime or in the previous ones. It's literally time for stock taking. If we had sinned grievously in the past, painful situations come as punishment. They teach us that actions have consequences and that we should not sin again. At other times, God merely supplies us a rope to hang ourselves with, the situations providing ample opportunities to indulge in our most debased desire. Lessons follow much later through ill health, penury, and infamy, among others. The so called law of attraction, now so glibly touted in the world, is actually a very incomplete and inaccurate representation of reality. Nevertheless, the link between our inner desires in the past or the present, the circumstances in our life always exist. Situations always comes to you. People rarely understand this cause and effect chain, keep fighting with the circumstances, blaming situations for all their miseries, and feeling woefully enigmatically victimized by them. The law of karma is very just. It takes into account our actions from all the past lifetimes. Where we are in life today is the result of our thoughts and actions in the past. Remember this is the most important line. Where we are in the life today is the result of our thoughts and actions in the past. Our thoughts today decide where we'll be in life tomorrow. Rather than play the play game of curse lady luck, we must focus on improving ourselves. The more we win our inner battles, the more we will find eternal success knocking at our own door. It's quite simple. Thought by thought, we forge our destiny. Let's look at a young lady who leads a mediocre existence but cherishes a life full of purpose and value. She nurtures thoughts of pleasing God through loving service to the society. The sublime thoughts of kind heartedness and empathy siege her consciousness so strongly that she is filled with passion for making a difference in the lives of people. In a short while, opportunity knocks on her door to become an entrepreneur. She now finds herself pioneering a new cottage industry that trains hundreds of village women in self employment. People marvel at her success, and the ignorant say that she simply got lucky. But the wise smile knowing that she got what she merited. This perfect universe is not a game of roulette where any crackpot can win the jackpot. A Taoist saying captures this perfectly. The snowflakes fall slowly to the ground, each flake to its proper place. There are eternal laws that govern the world, and the law of karma is one of them. You may know already about this. Law of karma is one of the eternal law that govern the world. When the lady deserved it, the universe provided her with just the right opportunity to serve according to her heart's desire. She made her life a success, and so we can if we marshal our resources well. According to the Vedas, God created the world through his material energy, which is nothing but Maya. All the gross and subtle elements of the world have evolved from this material energy. Since it is God's Shakti or energy or Maya, always acts in his service and works to fulfill his divine will. Thus, it orchestrates situations in the world for the gradual elevation of the soul, continually pushing us to move from our present state to perfection. You would have noticed that nothing in life and in this world is constant. Remember that nothing in this world is constant. We are incessantly pushed to grow and evolve. As soon as we learn one lesson, the next one lesson is presented to us. Life is like a book. Life is like a book that is constantly teaching us lessons. Having come in this world, improve we must. Be open to this learning. Let this world not become the university of hard knocks, where we are forced to progress the hard way through difficult experiences. The wise do not waste their energy in cursing circumstances. They quickly learn the lessons inherent in the situation and progress rapidly forward on the journey of internal growth and development. Let us move on to the next topic. Leverage the resources God has blessed us with. After reading the success story in the previous section, we may wonder if we have what it takes to succeed likewise. We do, but instead of realizing the importance of what we have, we remain focused on what we lack. Let me tell you the story of a beggar I once met. This is a beautiful story of a beggar. It was over 2 decades ago in a little town called Aska in the state of Odisha in eastern India. I was walking in the morning by myself. As I approached a bridge, I saw a mendicant standing atop the railing, gathering courage to plunge into the river below. It was obvious that he was about to give up his life. I screamed, "What are you doing? Please stop!" Startled, he looked at me and hesitated. He jumped back onto the road and I ran to grab his arm. "Why were you considering such a cowardly act of suicide?" I chided him. "Don't you know that if you have committed suicide, you would have to become a ghost in your next life? As punishment for rejecting your physical body, you would then not possess a gross body in the next life. You would have to live as a ghost with just a subtle body. That would be a very painful existence because you would have material desires but no way of fulfilling them." So, hearing about the consequences of suicide made him change his mind. He began sharing with me the pain he was harboring within. "God has given me nothing," he whined, he cried. "I have only poverty and misery to look forward to you in my life. If I give you 50 lakh rupees, nearly $75,000, will you become positive about your future?" I asked him. Then he replied, "Of course I will," he retorted. "Okay, but in exchange, I will need something from you. You will have to give me your two eyes." "What? Do you expect me to be blind?" "I cannot give you my eyes." "That means your eyes are more valuable than 50 lakh rupees? This is why you are not willing to part with them for that sum of money? You were saying that God has given you nothing. Count your eyes as the first grace of God. Your eyes are first grace of your God." "Okay," I continued. "I am willing you to offer you another deal. Take 25 lakh rupees, nearly $37,500, and give me your two hands that you are working with." "Absolutely not. I would rather have my arms than your 25 lakh rupees." This is the reply. "That means your arms are more valuable than 25 lakh rupees? Count another grace of God. Will you give me your two legs if I offer you at least 15 lakhs rupees, nearly $22,500? In this way, I kept assigning a value to his different body parts in accordance with his perception. "Look," I said, "you have over 1 crore rupees. You have over 1 crore rupees, almost 1.5 lakh dollars right here in your body. The problem is that though you have received so much from God, you have not realized the value of His gifts. Like that mendicant, we too tend to undervalue the graces we have received from the benevolent Lord. All of us are blessed with two wonderful eyes, each fitted with 125 million photoreceptors for converting light into electrical signals. They help us see the colors of the rainbow, the crimson sky of the setting sun, the plumes of the peacock, the dewdrops on the lotus leaf, and the flight of an eagle. Isn't that an exceptional grace that we should be delighted about? Similarly, we often take the gift of hearing for granted. Imagine what life would be like if we wouldn't hear the sounds in our environment. Fortunately, we are blessed with two ears, each fitted with 30,000 fibers, with which we hear sounds in a wide audio spectrum ranging from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, including leaves rustling in the wind, ocean waves hitting the rocks, acoustics of a theatrical symphony, and spasmodic thuds of a woodpecker against a tree trunk. Isn't it an invaluable gift for which we ought to be more grateful? Again, we are blessed with a tongue that, in conjunction with a sound box, can create words to heal, console, uplift, entertain, cheer, and educate. How fortunate for us. Our brain is fitted with 100 billion neurons that combine to make trillions of circuits. This gives us the ability to appreciate the perspicacity of Upanishadic knowledge, the aesthetics of Shakespeare's plays, the logic of a computer software program, the ethical ramifications of a situation, and the legality of our own actions. Our blood flows through nearly 100,000 kilometers of arteries and capillaries to deliver oxygen and nutrients to almost 40 trillion cells in our body. Imagine combining 40 trillion cells in our body. To drive the blood, the heart beats 100,000 times in a single day and 36 million times in a year. How miraculous! How is it possible with a small human brain of this much effort? We have a musculoskeletal system with 650 muscles, 206 bones, and 11 kilometers of nerve fiber, all synchronized to work at our command. They enable us to climb mountain peaks, run down valleys, dive into lakes, and swim across rivers. What a blessing! The organs in our body perform such complex functions that if these activities were to be replicated by machines, it would require a factory the size of a warehouse. It is obvious that we are beneficiaries of abundant grace by the Lord. The list of our individual assets, physical and mental, can run into scores of pages. Yet, despite all the graces bestowed upon us, why is it that some people manage their resources so well that they move from accomplishment to accomplishment, while others squander them and stagger from one failure to another failure? Once again, the answer lies in the state of the mind. The successful distinguish themselves from failure by their attitude, which is the ability to manage their own inner state. We have seen how the quality of our life, including joy, health, circumstances, and productivity at work, depends upon our state of mind. This book on the science of managing the mind is thus a powerful means of enriching ourselves. Let us understand this science and apply it in our daily life. Let us do the summary of this entire chapter of the previous episode and current episode in the main points. Our mind has the potential of becoming our best friend or our worst enemy. A controlled mind is our best friend, while an uncontrolled mind is our worst enemy. The mind is a subtle machine within us that incessantly creates thoughts, is the second point. The third point I have for you is thoughts are little bundles of energy that impact us in multiple ways and affect our appearance, health, experience of happiness, and much more. Fourth point, most importantly, thoughts fructify into actions. Thoughts become actions. If we wish to improve our actions, we must begin by improving our thoughts we harbor within ourselves. Fifth point I have for you is thought by thought, we forge our destiny. When we cultivate noble and sublime thoughts in our mind, we naturally draw favorable circumstances in our life. And the final point that I have for you is external world is made by God. Remember that the external world, what you see, what you listen, what you perceive, is made by God and is perfect for our elevation. Therefore, the change we need to bring about in our lives must begin from within. Most important point, the change we need to bring about in our lives must begin from within ourselves. The law of attraction term states that Merely by thinking of wealth and success, we can attract these in our lives. This is a very simplistic understanding, for thoughts need to be followed by massive effort. Also, the circumstances in our life cannot be explained from a simple one to one mapping with our present thoughts. There are many other factors as well that determine what happens to us, such as our past karmas, the efforts of others, the karmas of all the souls in that place, the will of God, etc. So, this is all the chapter 1, the need of the mind. And the main points says that our mind has the potential, and it is nothing but a subtle machine. How our machine is, we have seen the beautiful story of Helen Keller, we have seen the story of a Buddha, and we have seen thoughts fructify the actions, and how we are get good results by the state of mind. How we should be grateful for the God for giving this beautiful body and beautiful equipment of our body machine. So see you in another chapter in the next episode, which is nothing but afflictions of the mind. Then until then, keep writing your lessons in the comments below, and see you again. Radhe Radhe. Thank you so much.